Welcome back, everyone. This past week or two, you probably got something in the mail from Lucas County. The auditor says what your house is worth, according to the auditor's office. Maybe you're a little disappointed in that, but there is some good news when it comes to the local housing front. Brad Crown, who's the president-elect of the Toledo Board of Realtors and also from RE/MAX Central Group, joins us now. Brad, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. So everybody gets their housing valuations from the auditor, and yeah, maybe a little bit disappointed. So this is what my house is worth. Maybe you bought 10 years ago and say, well, it's really, where have we gone? And we hit that big dip, of course, back in '08 when everything started to slide downhill. And it's been a long slog, so there's some disappointment there. But the good news is there are some encouraging numbers on the local front. Maybe you can talk about that. Yes,
that's correct. It has been a very brisk market the first 6 months of 2012. So that's good news. The figures that came out from the county auditor's office, they lag a little bit. I believe they're '09, '10, and '11 figures, so it's more indicative of what was happening at that time and a little bit less indicative of what's going on right now.
And I guess the good news is if you don't plan to move, your taxes will be a little lower based on that valuation, correct?
That's exactly right. Now, people will, it doesn't happen immediately in Lucas County because we're in arrears, so people will get this valuation and run to the county auditor's website and immediately look and say my taxes haven't dropped, but it will happen eventually.
Oh, is that a 3-month, 6-month process?
It's 6 months in arrears. We're here in Lucas County.
Okay, so what's the most positive aspect of this housing bump that you've seen? The home prices are up a bit, but home sales are up maybe a touch more than a bit.
Yes, the demand has increased. That's the exciting part of it. We've had little blips here and there in the past several years when it's been very slow, that okay, maybe things are turning around a little bit, but it hasn't sustained itself. So we seem to be in a mode right now where maybe we're gaining a little traction and we'll have a little sustainability.
What about an election year where everything is kind of up in the air, the economy is kind of stuck right now? I mean, how is tied in is that? Consumer confidence, the whole thing?
It's tied in quite a bit, actually. And I've been in real estate long enough to have been through several elections, but sometimes absolutely nothing happens in an election year. And other times lots of things happen in an election year. So it's really tough to say as we're going to get closer to it, but this appears to be a year when at least real estate sales are pretty strong.
Well, you've been in it for how many years?
I've been licensed since 1980, and I've been doing it full-time since 1995.
Okay, so we've gone through economic blips, and we went through a major one. I mean, how do you feel now after '08 and '09? Was that the bottom, or was it in 2010?
No, I think '08 and '09 were the bottom. And it's gotten a little bit better at least for myself. My business has gotten a little bit stronger every year as we go along. So I'm just, again, I'm kind of one foot in front of the other, cautiously optimistic type of thing.
How does it relate to price of homes, the lower end homes that are up $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, those homes? I mean, what's moving right now in the market?
It's across the board. I mean, there is an unbelievable amount of high-end homes that are changing hands right now. I just happened to go through the real estate transfers in the paper, I think from last Friday, not the one that came today, but I counted over a dozen homes over $300,000 that had changed hands. So it's across the board. There's a lot of high-end stuff that's moving.
Does that surprise you that up on that end?
No, because I think interest rates are low. We have kind of the perfect storm going on here. There's been other times when the market's been great and the rates haven't, or the rates have been great and the market hasn't. But we are truly in kind of a perfect storm situation right now where the rates are historically low and prices are historically low. And if you can do it, there truly has never been a better time to buy a home in Northwest Ohio.
Never a better time to buy, but maybe not the best time to sell.
That's exactly right. That's the clarifier.
And what can you tell people who are looking to move up, but they don't want to go contingent?
Right.
So what do you tell them when they're ready to make that move, but they certainly can't afford to make it without selling their own home?
Well, I tell them that you've got to put your home on the market. You can do all the looking you want, but if you find the house you want and you have not sold yours, there's nothing you can do.
Right.
So if you really want to try to make the move, the very first step to take is to put your home on the market.
And see what happens.
And see what happens. And then you can carry on the two processes simultaneously, go out and look periodically, keep a short list of your favorites. Some will come, some will go, but when you do get some action on your house, you're not starting at square one. You've already done some of the groundwork, and you've got your little list of favorites, and then you can go out and do something sensibly in a quick fashion.
I think I've heard every realtor say it only takes that one person who loves that house, right?
It does.
To mark it down. Okay, I appreciate your time, Brad, very
No
much.
problem.
Best of luck in this second half of 2012.
All
We
right.
appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, Brad Crown, the president-elect of the Toledo Board of Realtors. When we come back, take 3 with Fletcher Word and Michael Miller. Stay with us.